Yes, this airplane has been called by just about every derogatory permutation of its given name. Skymasher, Skytrasher, and Mixmaster, for example, and a few others making fun of its centerline thrust configuration. Push me, pull you, and suck and blow. The hardy soul arriving in one of Cessna's great multi-engine experiments garners sneers from drivers of real twins. You know, those airplanes with an engine on each wing and a minimum controllable number etched on the airspeed indicator? Cessna introduced the original Skymaster with fixed landing gear and normally aspirated 210 horsepower Continental engines. That model, the 336 Skymaster, came to market in late 1963, but was superseded for the 1965 model year by the 337, sporting a retractable gear and better cooling ducts for the rear engine.
Okay, that's a little bit history of today's leading actor. Welcome to the HD flight videos of Dieter Heindorf, the world of simulation. The story. Today we are flying the Cessna Skymaster, the C-337 in a particular task. We accompany 3 Junkers U-87, also better known as a Stuka. I'm already in the air with the Cessna. The Stukas start viewing over from a small airfield. We fly together to another place and the Stukas fly there. A fall attack. A fall attack only for the show. Then we get all 4 at the airfield to land and then turn off the aircraft there. This aircraft from Cessna is my favorite of the twin engine planes because it has only a slight torque in emergency and the weight is relatively low compared to normal two-engine planes. I like it and I have a good time with it. Okay, stay with us and fly with us and have a good time.
Few changes came to the basic airframe between introduction and the ending of production in 1980, except for the beefing up to accommodate pressurization for 1973. Big news arrived in the form of a turbocharged version in 1967. The straight turbo option was dropped at the end of the 1971 run in preparation for the 1973 debut of the pressurized 337. With a maximum pressure differential of 3.35, giving a 10,000-foot cabin at 20,000 feet, the P337 appeared as a true economy P-twin. All told, 1,867 of the 337 and T337 models were built, along with 334 pressurized versions. Cessna sold a total of 510 M337s, known as the O2As and the O2Bs, to the military, which gained the reputation of being almost literally bulletproof. The Reims plant in France built a total of 109 of the various 337s under a license from Cessna. As promised by the Cessna design staff way back when, the 337's manners make it the perfect step-up twin for a pilot accustomed to a Skylane or Centurion. Handling is standard issue Cessna, heavy in pitch but unflappable and hugely stable in airspeed once trimmed. The Skymaster is just a bit heavier and faster and more demanding than the big singles below it in the line. Perhaps the greatest advance brought by the Skymaster was docile engine out handling. Lose a power plant on takeoff and the 337 will not try to head for the weeds. At maximum weight, however, the Skymaster is truly lethargic unless the dead engine's propeller is feathered. If an engine dies in cruise, the usual dead foot dead engine chant doesn't work. You must look carefully at the instruments and be sure to verify your choice before feathering a prop. Single engine service ceiling is very good, better than conventional twins. The big Cessna can be brought down final approach at surprisingly low velocities too. For the heaviest airplane, Cessna recommends a normal approach of 80 to 90 knots, with short field procedures calling for just 78 knots over the fins. Count on optimum cruise speeds for the normally aspirated models in the 165 knot range at 5,000 feet, burning 23 gallons per hour total. Cruise speeds of the T337 show a best of 190 knots at 25,000 feet, burning 22 gallons per hour total, while the 1980 C-337, 225 horsepower each engine, tops out at 204 knots, using 26.6 gallons per hour at 20,000 feet. The later T-337 and P-337 models are only certified to 20,000 feet, whereas the earlier turbo models have no such limitation, a quirk of changes in the certification standards that took place in 1970.
Well, you know a little about this aircraft now? Okay, we go ahead with the flight. We do not have any useful amount over the place. That's the reason to fly a half traffic pattern and then we attack the place from the other side. An aircraft like the Cessna is unable to such a nosedive as the Stukas. When the Stukas begin their attack, I'll go into a strong and rapid descent to land in front of the three others. Then we roll to remedy. In the old movies you see Stukas information fly the attack on a string. But this needs a lot of training to fly this in this perfection. In this case, in this simulation, the three machines fight more than one after the other. But it arises along with the sound, a sense of terror and horror to these attacks have applied to the affected people. The Germans call this sound Airshow-Trompete. Startled by the noise? I hope it is a little. It's a terrible thing. Remember, around the world there are only 2 completed and not airworthy Junkers Ju-87 Stukas. This story here is therefore only in the simulation. The Stukas in the fall, you are almost unable to follow the flight path yet. It goes too fast and the green camouflage is very good. Therefore the screens with the markings. I finish now the flight, and the question every time is, where are the others? Okay, I'm coming in front of them and it's enough space. After landing I stand next to the runway and make some nice screens of the other. Now we are on the end, and thank you for coming, thank you for choosing us and fly with us, and I hope you see us again. Bye now.